What's going on, everybody? You're listening to 91.3 FM WTSR at the College of New Jersey, and this is the weekly Smash Wrap. We bring you stories from the underground world of Smash Ultimate here at TCNJ, throughout New Jersey and the world. I'm Oscar Wild Fan 69, and this is
Casey. Listen, Owen, we have another great episode today, and today we are back to having a special guest.
Ooh.
And today we have another guest who has been a prominent and a crucial part of the TCNJ and Mercer County Smash Bros. Community. Not only Smash Bros. Community, but the fighting game community as well. Of course, I'm talking about none other than TCNJ's very own Epoqua. How are you doing today?
Doing great, thank you.
Awesome.
Right on, right on. What did you think of playing Mario Party with us earlier?
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
Did you?
I hated every second of it.
They're just saying that because they didn't win.
I was up for like 13 turns, and then like turns 14 and 15, I like lose everything. I get in third.
Well, you know what, Noah? You know how many coins I had by the end of the game?
15.
15. Listen, and this was disheartening because when I got my tax returns, I was a very rich man. It was just so foreign to me to be broke.
He brings up the tax returns a lot. This is like a very important moment in his life.
So
You gotta
happy about
understand.
my tax returns.
But anyways, do you want to talk about what we're going to be talking about today?
I would love to talk about what we're going to be talking about today. First up, we got an interview with TVO's very own Epoqua. And then we're going to get into some Bairs. There was a very interesting run at Bairs that happened.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about F Troop, which went weirdly this week.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about a little bit of SJ Summit, some news regarding that. And then finally, we're going to talk about the P-tier that's happening right now, Level Up Expo.
Big
and
dog
there are
tournament.
some crazy anomalies within the bracket so far.
It's going to be absolutely wild, but I'm looking forward to getting into this. But do you want to start off with the interview with Epoqua here?
Indubitably. And first up, I want to ask Epoqua. First up, we already went over this, but how are you doing today?
Doing great. I'm happy to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I've always wondered, when I first saw your Twitter, you had in your bio how to pronounce your tag, Epoqua, right?
Yeah.
I've always wondered, it's such an interesting tag. Where did that come from?
I love this question. I get asked it pretty often. So let me paint a picture. So
Okay.
12-year-old me, 6th grade science class.
Ooh.
And my teacher gives me homework, and it's unscrambled the word.
Oh.
Oh.
And you got all your words scrambled, and one of them was Epoqua. And I thought, that looks pretty cool.
It is a cool word.
Unscrambled, it means opaque.
Oh.
But that had like nothing to do with it. I just put
What
it
does
in.
opaque have to do with science? Actually, it has a lot to do with science. Never mind. I'm just like,
What?
it has to do with properties of light. Wow, that was a really dumb question.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways,
I took a class on astronomy. We did a whole unit on light. I did not hear the word opaque once. that might just be my astronomy class. But anyway, that's a really interesting story for a tag, actually.
Yeah, so my 12-year-old self put it in my 3DS, and I was like, that looks pretty cool. I think I'm gonna keep this.
Mhm.
Just like the way the because like it looks like one of those words where like maybe it means something, but you're not sure.
Right.
Like it looks like it could be a real word.
Yeah, and I haven't changed it since. So
Yeah.
Well, I'd keep it too if I came up with it first. But speaking of your origins, you being 12 years old with your 3DS, what I want to know is, and we ask every guest this, what got you into Smash? What was your life like before Smash and fighting games in general? And then what got you into that scene?
it's hard to picture, cause I think ever since Brawl was out, I was playing. Like I think
Yeah.
like my young self kind of had the competitive format in mind. I think if you remember with Brawl, there was that tournament mode
Oh,
on
yeah.
it,
There was.
and my young self would put one stock Final Destination against all the level 9 CPUs.
Wow.
So
Oh
the
my
the
God.
formatting wasn't perfect, but
You've been on the
I
grind
was
since
always
day one.
interested in tournaments.
Wow.
Me on the school bus, Smash 4 on my 3DS, I was destroying those level 9 CPUs.
I was not. I was losing, and I was getting mad.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they don't play like people. You just have to play a character that has like one brain dead move and just hold shield. Like, I just played Toon Link and just pressed up B. Worked every time. But then I tried that on 4 Glory, and my rank went.
Well, I mean, it was unranked, but your morale went down.
Morale went down. Anyway, so Brawl was your first Smash game,
Yeah,
and you played the tournament mode.
right.
Did you play Smash 4?
I did, but I didn't play in any tournaments for Smash 4.
Mm.
I was just, just floor gory. I mained Pit in that game.
Pit. Oh, and you stuck with Pit until Smash Ultimate. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget, was Pit
I
good in
played
that
Pit
game?
and Brawl too.
Oh. And so you just I mean you still play him in Ultimate sometimes, but just
Right.
not as good anymore.
Until Joker came out, yeah, I was playing Pit and Ultimate.
Joker.
Ooh, yeah, you are a big
I
Persona
love
fan,
that.
aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have you ever played the Kid Icarus games or nah?
No.
You're just a fan of Pit and just the general aura.
Yeah.
Valid.
I like Pit's vibes. He's
Mhm.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Good vibes guy. But I also want to ask, or we want to ask also, because you're not just into Smash. You have been notably doing really well in Street Fighter in these Street Fighter
Oh,
tournaments.
yes.
So I was kind of curious as to what got you into Street Fighter as well.
Well, I do play regular fighting games as well, and I pre-ordered Street Fighter, but I just played it casually.
Okay.
But I think I started taking it seriously when I noticed that that BJR was getting good at it.
Brian.
And he was considering like starting the brackets for
That guy.
TCNJ. So I thought, let me take the gloves off. Let me sit down and practice Street Fighter, and I've been sticking with the game since.
Yeah, I'm mad at Brian right now because he beat us in Mario Party, but shout out to
Human.
Brian begrudgingly. No, that's awesome though, and that's really good to hear. I think you also have played like Guilty Gear before, right? Or
I have not played Guilty Gear.
there's another fighting game you play, right?
Yeah, so the other fighting game that I play a lot is called Skullgirls.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
Skullgirls.
yeah.
It's pretty old game, but I
Definitely
like
has
it.
a strong following, and you were also at one point like one of the goats at multiverses.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So like season 4 of Multiverses, I got #1 on the leaderboards worldwide for Wonder Woman, and
Wow.
that was like my peak moment on that game.
Best Wonder Woman in the world, Epoqua, is who we're talking to right now. You gotta understand.
This is a real thing. I thought we were capping about
You
this.
thought
No, that was
you
serious,
thought
yeah.
you thought me and the MKLeo Slayer was a big deal. Wait until you get a load of this
Oh,
guy.
my God. You're the most prestigious guest we've had on the pod so far.
No, all jokes aside, that's really cool though. And Owen, you wanted to ask him about another thing, right? That he's into.
Well, I did want to transition to TCNJ because
Ooh, okay.
you play a lot of fighting games. Did you get into Street Fighter after TCNJ?
No. Until I started taking it seriously, I was plateau with
I
Jerry.
see.
Ooh, nice.
And you're what, a senior now?
I will be a senior starting next semester.
Yeah.
So what I want to ask you then is, what was it like entering the TCNJ scene? Because everybody has a different story of how they got in. Like we've told mine, I think we've told Noah's, but
Yeah.
Well, I've had some experience with tournaments, mainly from like the few hyperspaces I went to back when they were a thing.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
And
Fly
There-
high, EO.
there was also like one other tournament I went to in Hightstown. It was like 18 and under, but
Okay.
yeah, there's a guy from high school that I don't talk to anymore. He's moved on from the game,
Okay.
but his tag was Kresno.
Kresno.
Shout out to-
Kresno.
Yeah, shout out to him.
One of
And,
the OGs.
he was basically my training partner, and he was a really good Rob.
Okay.
Oh, relevant now for the TCNJ.
Yeah,
man.
relevant now.
100%.
Yeah, so with my past experiences, I thought, if I'm going to be going to TCNJ, I might as well start going to the tournaments to familiarize myself with the scene.
Yeah.
Very,
And-
no, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and I just wanted to ask, like, what's it been like being a part of the TCNJ community? Because obviously, you transfer into here, you get a bit of hype, and, there's kind of like a mystique about you, like no one knows how to pronounce your tag, including myself. I call you Epoqua for like half a year.
And commentators still do that like all the time.
It's
Yeah.
okay. I don't mind.
But I just wanted to, I want to know, like, what's it been like being a part of this community?
It's honestly been really incredible, but for me, it took time for me to ease into it.
Yeah.
Like back with my last semester at Mercer, while I was working on my associate's degree in science, I didn't really talk to anyone. I would just go in, play my sets, and then stick around, maybe watch grand finals, and then I would leave. But as I kept going through my curriculum for engineering at TCNJ, I've been being more open towards the TCNJ scene, and I've made a lot of incredible friends here.
Heck yeah.
But it was definitely something that had to.
It took time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
No, that's awesome.
No,
That's really good.
It's really awesome that we're at this point because we get to have moments like, earlier today where we're playing Mario Party together and we're laughing it up and, talking trash to each other. It's always like a great moment. You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes there's some downs, such as
downs,
Friday
yeah.
night at Applebee's.
Oh my God.
If you know, you know.
Oh, if only we could mention what
That is actually something we cannot talk about
we
on the pod.
literally cannot. There's not even any wiggle room.
Last episode, I was just trying to keep a little secret. This time, we cannot talk about on the pod.
Dude, I swear to God, it was like close to getting somebody in jail. But anyway,
Anyway, not that
All
far.
right, well, that's not true.
Not that far.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But no, it's really awesome because I've had the same experience. The TCNJ scene is very, very welcoming. I was really fortunate to have Kenny because he was already somewhat connected to the scene, and he got me into the scene. But like when I would go to Rowan's back in the day, I would not talk to anybody. I would just go O2 and bounce. So it's always nice to feel included in the scene.
Yeah, I had that kind of connection with another person in the TCNJ scene. His tag is Zam, or Zach.
Zam, oh my goodness.
And-
Cool legend, by the way.
Yeah. And, we've been best friends since our first semester at Mercer. We're both studying the same thing. We're both doing mechanical engineering now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a lot more focused on school than I am.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
love coming to the tournaments.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah, I hope Zam's doing well.
and, even for senior year, we both got into the NASA team for our senior project.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's one person I have to thank for the whole TCNJ community, it's that guy. Because he's been by my side the whole way through.
Man, round of applause to Zam, bro.
Shout out to Sam.
That's
Oh,
one of the most
God.
chill guys in the community. We love seeing him pop out. So hope he's doing well and hope you guys have an amazing time with the whole NASA project that you guys are
Yeah,
potentially
that's
doing.
honestly incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But speaking of things you're focused on, so you're a jack of all trades. You play fighting games. You're going to be an engineer with NASA, but also you make videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm also really into video editing.
True.
Tell me what that's like.
Well, it's sort of shifted through time. I think I started when I was 13 doing video editing, and I would just
Wow.
post Instagram edits on my profile. It's mainly like
I saw a couple. They're really good.
there's mainly a few things that I focused on, but I know for like a large amount of time I was focused on Telltale's The Walking Dead series,
Mm.
and
Heard
I-
they're amazing games.
I loved those games, and I would just post
Goated.
edits with those, and I started building an audience, so I thought, let me do this with other things I like.
Yeah.
So with a couple shows, I would just keep posting edits, and it was great. And I had to dial back when I started Mercer, just because I had to focus on school a lot
Academics,
more,
yeah.
but I'm still editing in other ways.
Yeah, you had that video of the Street Fighter 6 tier list, and it did really well.
Yeah, I was not expecting it to do that well.
Yeah.
If you're interested, you can check it out on my channel.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the FCC, as always.
And your channel's just Epoqua, by the way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
At
cool.
Epoqua.
But that was a legendarily funny video.
Yeah, it's
Could not stop
great.
laughing.
You four guys have like so much chemistry.
Oh yeah.
So it's great seeing that video, and hopefully we get some more in the future.
And we
Hopefully.
agreed, what, Mai's the best character? Because, like,
One
we were
of the
thinking
best, yeah.
Because, like, oh my God.
Apparently
like,
she's broken now.
yeah,
she's
has
getting
to
better
be.
over time, 100%.
Uh-oh.
People, I'm scared because, like, my favorite jury player nephew, he's, like, switching to Mai now. And I'm like, oh my
Oh
God.
my goodness.
It
Or
really
my
be your
Ganon.
own.
So you're focused on a lot of things, and that's really cool. It's cool that you have a lot of interests.
Mhm.
So what I'm curious is, do you have, like, a goal in mind for where you want to go within the fighting game world?
Well,
Because I know for me, if you want to hear what I have to say, for me, it's always just kind of being a part in documenting really the things that go on here.
I guess my goal is I want to be my best self in whatever fighting game I play.
Real.
I don't really have a concrete goal with like a specific game to focus on
Mhm.
right now, but I just want to keep doing the things I love and keep improving at them.
You just want to be goated, man.
Just want to be the GOAT.
So inspirational.
But that's like, I think that is like the healthiest attitude, though, you could have towards fighting games.
100%.
All right.
Especially when it's not about winning. Because I know, like for me at least, and I'm sure, Noah, you feel the same way to a certain degree. It's like just something about playing a fighting game really takes a lot of your effort and like forces you to focus your mind. And
Need it.
yeah, I need it.
Exactly.
Well, I guess if I want to make a goal for myself right now, as a hurdle I want to cross is I want to top 8 another TCNJ bracket because I think it's been over a year since I've done that.
Let's see it happen.
Speaking of, this is an interesting thing. We've had the Ryder Owen bit for a while, but we're starting to see a Ryder Epoqua phenomenon. We were talking about this last episode.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a reason Ryder Epoqua exists?
I'm not really sure. I think maybe a tiny part of it is I'm not thinking about the TCNJ PR because it's at the other
Huge.
college.
For sure.
But I'm not sure. That's just something I'm trying to figure out.
I just saw that set. You were talking about it too. That set with Sentinel. You beat him with 2 stocks to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that group battle, I was going crazy in the back.
And then you said no. The funniest thing, you were like, "That was not that was MK Leo."
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, with the callback to Kresno, I mean, I've played that matchup so much. That's probably like one of the few matchups that I know.
The Kresno EXP.
Yeah, that's probably one of the few matchups that I know like the back of my hand. So I used everything I knew against Sentinel in that crew battle, and it ended up working out really well.
Fire.
That's how it be sometimes. Honestly, like, sometimes you just get matchup checked. Like I know one time I made the mistake of playing Wolf against EO. Worst mistake of my life because apparently he's grinded that matchup like oh my
Like
god,
no
like
one
more than
else.
some people have played the game.
Exactly, yeah.
But what was I gonna say? I had this great question.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right. All right, Noah, let's hear a question from you.
So,
They can't think of any. They're washed. Their career is over. Trash. On air, being flamed on air.
what I guess I'll say is like, where does editing, like video editing, kind of rank in terms of your priorities?
Ooh,
like,
yeah, I actually do want to know that.
like how high up is it in terms of the pecking order of what you want to do long term with your passions?
I think it depends on when in the year because during the semester, school's the number one priority.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then after that, it would be fighting games. And then lastly, it would be editing. But when I don't have to worry about school, I can focus a lot more with editing.
Yeah.
And this is also good with the esports org. I'm part of TiVo, where I do video editing for them as well.
Oh, yeah, actually, real quick, we've got about 30 seconds left. You want to tell us a bit about TiVo? Because that was a big deal for you.
Yeah, so just because of my success in multiverses, I had some connections, and I ended up joining an esports organization, TiVo, and they're all very lovely and they treat me well, and I've just been doing video editing for them, and I'm glad I'm able to take advantage of the opportunity.
Well, that's a
Awesome.
great note to end this segment on. So, thank you, Epoqua, for the interview. Coming up, we're going to tell you a little about F Troop, we're going to tell you a little about Bairs, and then Level Up Expo. We'll be right back. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're enjoying the show. Real quick, before we get back into it, if you're interested in following the host on Twitter, you can find me at O_Buck_King, and you can find Casey at CaseyNoah. And if you'd like to listen to the show after it airs, you can find the YouTube link on my Twitter. That's O_Buck_King. Thank you so much for listening, and let's get back into it. Welcome back, everybody, to the Weekly Smash Up. We just got done doing an interview with Epoqua, and now we're going to move to the F Troop tournament that just happened. This is the last F Troop of the semester, the last local tournament held at TCNJ. Later on, we've got King. That's going to be on May 10th, which is going to be a regional event. But before we get to that, we're going to cover the last local of the season.
This was the last TCNJ bi-weekly of this school year. And it went out with a bang with some pretty big performances and some big head-to-head matchups. I think, first of all, do you guys want to talk about how you guys did at this tournament?
I'm down. First up, I went against Sonic, who I normally win against, but then I went straight into Xavier, who was playing Mario today.
Uh-oh.
I did take him to last stock both times, but
SpaghettiOs.
yeah, then he destroyed me.
Yeah.
What about you, AJ?
I think the curse of ninth continues at these brackets.
Wait, did we both get ninth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's looking like it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so my first set I had to play against Wob, and just the way he plays so defensively.
Oh my God.
He
I
does.
think he matches me in terms of patience, but I just kept getting messed up by the Diddy Kong side B, and he ended up taking it over me.
Yeah,
he's
no, WoW is annoying.
He's a tough cookie to crack.
Yeah.
Like, even
then-
coming from me, like, I know as a zoner, I should destroy Diddy Kong, but, like, and you know the way I play. Like, I am like an ice cube. But he, like, somehow he outpatiences me every time. It is so irritating. But who else you play?
Yeah, well, losers, I had to play Ace of Julian, and I won that.
Let's go.
And then I had a close set with Poncho. He's been getting a lot better at the matchup, and I had to really lock in game 3 to get the win. But
He inches closer and closer to getting a big set off one of these TCNJ people. We saw that crazy set between you and Poncho back at the Crow Dog house.
It came last stock, last hit, game 3. He got me with a forward air.
Yep.
It would have spiked me if he got the inner hitbox, but he sent me right to the edge of the blast zone, but then he fell before I did.
Yep. It was crazy. But and then
Absolute
you had to play
robbery.
Gajasa after that, right, Nick Fury?
yeah, and it's weird because he also plays Diddy Kong, but he plays completely differently from
He
Wob.
does.
Oh, yeah?
Like, he's very aggressive, and his combo game is really good with Diddy Kong compared to
Yeah.
Wob. So
For sure.
I was able to take him to game 3 with Aegis instead of Joker, but I wasn't able to close out the set.
That's tough. Kajasa's tough.
Double Diddy Kong. That's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
That's got to be the most irritating thing of all time.
Like a
Like,
million Diddy Kong players here in New Jersey, man.
dude, I know. Oh my God.
And then
Like,
who'd you play
literally.
in? Who'd you play in losers, Owen? Because I know you say you lost to
Playing
Xavier.
losers. Well, it's with a heavy heart I say that BJR has beaten me 2 weeks in a row.
Dang.
My streak against the guy is over as of now.
R.I.P.
And it was 2-0 too.
Dang. And you was playing DK from what it looks like.
Yeah, he was playing Pink DK,
The pink.
which I
DK,
think
the
it's
salmon
obviously
DK.
it's obviously good for Wolf,
That's pink.
but like I don't know. I don't know.
It's tough. I mean, he can really catch you lacking, and his punish game with DK is so, like, crazy.
Yeah.
Is what I'll
Definitely.
say.
Definitely. Like, he forward smashed me at 40 one time, and I was dead. And also,
Exactly.
too, like, his edge guarding game, too. Like, he's a lot of long-lasting moves, and I love Wolf's side B because I love going for the spike, like, when they're not ready for it. But he does not let me do that to him anymore.
By the way, this is off topic, but y'all see how Lane Knock took Zelda Warrior to game 3?
He did?
Yeah. Shout out my goat.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Dude, let's go.
That's kind of a dub. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's definitely a dub. 100%.
Also, Babinski got his first set win of the semester. My
Nice.
boy, my goat, my man's Babinski
Shout out.
wins
Babinski.
2-1 against none other than Victor Vaughn himself.
The Street Fighter Savant.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Or should I say Savant?
The Tiger Whisperer.
He should have put it on Victor Vaughn's Tiger. Then he would have won.
For real.
Shout out to Babinski, though.
Yeah.
That's huge for him.
He's such a great community member, bro.
Yeah, he comes to these a lot. He's a great guy.
Always love seeing him pop out. But we had this top 8 here. I just thought
yeah.
Sonic made top 8. That's wild.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, Sonic beat Connor, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Damn, that's crazy.
Was it was like was it a random Ditto game 1 and then game 2 they played actual games and then he beat him in the Sora Greninja matchup?
What do you think of that matchup?
Man, I don't know.
I don't play either of these
I don't
characters.
know.
You think I play Greninja
I'm
or
just playing your
Sora?
speculation. All right.
I mean, I love Greninja
I think it's
as a
good
Pokemon.
for Sora. There we go.
All right, I play Greninja on Pokemon Showdown and random battles. You know what I'm saying? Ugh.
You ever use them in TCG?
It's a good question actually. There was this one Greninja card that used to be really broken. Radiant Greninja. If you know, you know. Stupid card. But anyways,
Hey, all I'm saying is he was my main in Unite. But anyway, back when Unite was alive.
yeah,
But one run I did want to talk about though was Sentinel. He had an unusual run this week.
unusual. What was unusual about it?
Well, for starters, he lost to Ice in winners.
Wow.
And it was not winners, finals, or grands.
Winners. It was a winner semis matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess that's because Xavier was here,
Yeah.
so it's the 2 and 3 matchup instead of the 1 and 2 matchup.
Yeah, for sure.
And then he goes and beats BJR 3-0, which makes sense, I guess. And then he plays Menshu in this Game 5 thriller, from what I'm seeing here.
And they've gone back and forth, or rather, Menshu's gotten close before, but I don't think
Yeah.
he's ever won.
They had a close Royal Stampede as well, from what I remember.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And they ends up losing to Xavier in losers finals, who, I guess, ends this perfect semester by dropping a singular set, and then proceeds to 6-0 Ice and winners in grand finals.
You know what's funny? Because Ice had beaten him 3-2 before, and then Xavier came back with a 6-0.
Yeah, I mean, because they were going like random characters, and Xavier went Duck Hunt at the end. So, I mean, yeah, and then he decides, all right, I'm gonna just end the tournament right here, right now, and 6-0
Let me
to
lock in.
Mario. Yeah.
That is actually bananas.
Because Xavier, again, I've said it before, Xavier's having like close to like a perfect semester. Like
Yeah.
his set losses this semester are Zamba, Jackal, and then one out of the 7 sets that he's played with Ice.
Can't get
That's
better than
literally
that.
it. It's difficult to get much better than that.
This guy lost to Zamba. He's washed.
I know, bro. That's what I've been saying.
Shout out to Xavier, though, for the perfect season. Almost perfect season.
And also, BGR had a big run, getting a big Game 5 win over Gajasa after getting sent to losers by Tempo in the random ditto.
Oh, my God, he did. And, you know, this is a great segue into BJR's Smash comeback.
Yeah, he's back. At least for now. I mean, well,
My
this was his
glorious king.
last tournament of the semester because he's not going to be able to make it the king, unfortunately. But he does finish out the season very strongly, a lot stronger than how he started, if we're being real. But I mean, able to get a huge win over Gajasa, who has historically done very well at these TCNJ tournaments. This might move him to number 2. It
You
could.
think so?
In terms of the projections, I mean, I still have him like somewhere in that top 3, but we could easily see him move up to number 2 if King doesn't go so well for other competitors such as myself.
So we got to lock in at King. Is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
For
That's
sure.
great. I'm excited to see. Hopefully, maybe we get Prime BJR again because, oh my God, during crew battles, it's like Prime LeBron.
Exactly.
Remember when he took 11 stocks that one time?
Yeah, those were the good days.
True.
And Epoqua has that legendary video, right?
Yeah.
The edit of the 11 stock.
Oh, that
It was
peak.
hilarious.
Wait, I haven't seen this.
You know about this. You've definitely seen this before.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't seen this.
You're faking it for the pod.
I'm not. This is not for content.
Look at this
Mercer
guy.
County. This is not for content.
Thrown for content.
I have not. I have not seen the video.
You hear that, FCC? Anyways,
I would like to file a defamation lawsuit. I'm just playing.
Would you like to talk about the SJ Summit as well, by the way?
Yeah, it's about time we moved to SJ Summit, isn't
Yes.
it? Isn't it? Well,
We
SJ
got-
Summit.
We got quite a few people already qualified. A9, Vince, Houdini, Noodle, and Sauce. Of course, SJ Summit being the South Jersey Invitational ends up being a big point of pride and competition for a lot of these players. So it's going to be fun seeing these 5 contenders once again show up to the Summit. But we got a couple of people campaigning for Summit.
We did. Well, first of all, at the qualifier, I think it was the last round, we got Boosk and Consent.
Yes.
2 great players. I've played both of them before. Consent's a really great guy.
Shout out to Consent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's been
shout
a
out to
really
Consent.
great player.
He used to host these tournaments at his house in the middle of nowhere in Mullica Hill. That's where I'm
Yeah.
from. You know what I'm talking about?
I vaguely know what you're talking about, but I've heard stories of like people getting lost. Like, where is this place?
Dude, it is
But
backwoods. It's literally like farm fields, 1 bar of cell service. I lived in this place. I was 5 minutes from this tournament
wow,
on my bike.
really, that's fascinating.
And I would go every week. It was during the summer where we didn't have Rowan's. It was just in his basement. For some reason, there's like Beatles memorabilia everywhere. Like everywhere you look, it's John Lennon.
It's like you with the Smiths.
Dude, oh my God.
You know about this, right, AJ?
The Smiths?
How he loves the Smiths.
I'm
I
not
love the
familiar.
Smiths. You don't.
Wait until you hop in this dude's car, bro. It's
Are we going to
Okay.
devote a whole segment to the Smiths? No, I'm just kidding. But trust me, if you see my dorm when we room together in Phelps, me and Noah, it's going to be a Smiths dungeon. I'm just letting you know. But back to SJ Summit. We got Boost against Consent. Consent was the guy who hosted the tournaments. They were always very fun. I walked home in the rain one time on the side of the road and almost died. Which is impressive in like a town that's basically farm fields.
Nice. Cool.
They also have a venue confirmed. It's, I believe, the one they did last time, 22 North Center Street, Merchantville.
Yeah.
But most importantly, there is one individual who is campaigning for SJ Summit number 3.
This is someone that you want to endorse.
I stand with Playmaker for SJ Summit. Have you guys ever met Playmaker?
No. I know Brian played him at Queen and beat him.
He plays Sonic, and he beat me one time at, I think, Sector X.
I see.
He just makes, because his catchphrase every time he posts a Summit tweet is, "Plays will be made if you vote."
How do you feel about these campaigns?
I mean, if plays will be made, I'll take his word for it. He's the playmaker.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro is the playmaker.
Put a trademark on it.
Wow.
How could you not want to see
It's
plays?
like a WWE catchphrase. Can you smell what the playmaker is cooking?
Can you smell the plays that will be made? Oh my God. But I'm I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually like super locked in for SJ Summit.
It's gonna be fun for sure, and there's a lot of people campaigning. I see here that Ham Burrito's campaigning. I've seen Pop and Mr. M campaigned as well. So whoever you want to vote for, make sure your voices are heard. If you want to vote, I mean, it's at SJ Summit on Twitter. If you'd like to vote for a player to be sworn into the summit.
You know what's funny? In Ham Burrito's campaign, I can't wait for Xavier to derail the campaign by making fun of Ham Burrito on Twitter. He does that constantly. He'll post like, repost if you think Ham Burrito is terrible at Smash.
It gotta be bigger beef than Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. I'll tell you that much.
Oh my God.
It's great.
For South Jersey, absolutely. And that's about everything they have to say about SJ Summit. I just wanted to put that out there.
For sure.
But for our next topic, we have AvoTheCado. Had a crazy run at Bairs. So for context, I saw this tweet from BD Bean earlier, and he said, "Where's Rose Bloom when you need her?" And by the way, we don't have to get into it.
Yo, Rose Bloom, I'm telling you right now, I love everything that you do for this community. And I understand and like I sympathize with you, but like, there's a time and a place. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not aware.
We'll
what
tell
they're
you about
talking
this. We'll tell you about this off the pod. We'll tell you about this off the record.
There's a very slim chance we can talk about this on air without getting in trouble.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the FCC once again, my goats.
Shout out to the FCC. I
and
love
to
you
Rose
guys.
Bloom.
And to Rose, and we need to ban.
They would
Sonic.
get along great.
FCC and Rose Bloom. Oh my God! Thank
Give
God.
her a radio show.
Wait a minute.
That would actually be kind of crazy, though.
She lives in SoCal, right?
I think.
So you're telling me we couldn't fly her out for the pod?
Listen, hit us
Anything's
up.
possible.
Anything's possible. You know what I'm saying? But
What
listen.
about Rose Bloom? You made this tweet.
Anyways, at Bairs, we had a lot of crazy upsets, bro. Jackal got 9th
I
at
know.
the local. He didn't even make top 8, and it's because he lost to Amir, a Luigi player and Mario player, who ended up getting 3rd place. But that wasn't even the craziest story. Tell us about this one Snake player who just made it happen.
AvoTheCado.
AvoTheCado.
Lost what? Round 2?
Round 1.
Round 1. Oh my God. He went on an 8-set winning streak with an SPR of +6.
6. crazy, and he ends up making it to grand finals. Check out these wins. He beats Punching Bag the Robin. Then he beats Gelato, Riften, Slasher, El Baroque TM, who also made a big run to top 8. Joshison Gamer, Blast TD, and then Amir. I mean, he's just running through just Philly PR.
And then he brought Aloe to Game 5.
Yeah,
Oh my
Aloe to
God.
Game 5. I mean, that's crazy. Aloe, former number 1 in the city.
Wow, really?
I
When
believe
was
so.
that? Wow. I actually did not know that.
I think so. At least top 3.
In our hearts.
Trust.
In our hearts. But we just wanted to mention that Bears run. That was absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
One last thing, to close off the next 2 minutes of the segment.
What's up?
We
what's
have to
up?
talk about Pharaoh's new video.
Yeah, he did a little PR recap video. Do you know about this, AJ?
I do not.
He made a video with Justin Byleth. And I think Kai Kiri helped with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you guys know Kai, right?
Yeah, she's a TCJ alum.
She is?
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
yeah.
She is. I was at her
Yeah.
apartment in Campus Town playing Smash with her, Xavier, and Ralphie. And Kevin.
Yeah, she's an alum. Shout out to her.
Apparently, she's really nice. Apparently, she helped make this video.
Goat.
And yeah, Pharaoh just basically ran down the entire New Jersey PR. He went all the way from top to bottom.
I heard there was a Justin Byleth featured guest appearance.
Oh, there was. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why, but his voice does not sound like I thought it would. I don't know.
I think it sounds exactly like you would think it'd be.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a random. Poke was just looking at us like, why are you guys talking about this? Just a random tangent.
I haven't seen it, but I'm sure he has a lovely voice.
Shout out to Epoqua. He always has nice things to say.
Thank you.
I'm always talking trash to people, unfortunately. But
that's
it's all
true.
it's all out of love, obviously. I love Justin. It's one of my
Well,
guys.
You've seen Noah in Mario Party.
I was crashing out.
goodness.
Where-
When he threw in that one hang rope mini game, bro, I was on my knees. And I'm not talking religion.
What are you talking about then, Noah?
Devastation.
Devastation. Could not handle the throw. And with that is just about going to do it for this segment. We'll leave on that ambiguous note. Coming up, we've got
Level Up Expo. The big, big tournament that has a lot of big upsets going on.
And with that, we will be right back. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're enjoying the show. Real quick, before we get back into it, I'd like to remind everybody that King will be happening on TCNJ campus on May 10th. It's going to be a regional event, and Zamba is registered to appear. And unfortunately, there will not be an F Troop or a Bronx Barrel Blast this Friday, as everybody is hunkering down for finals. And with that, let's get back into the show. Welcome back, everybody, to the weekly Smash Wrap. We just got done talking about SJ Summit and Bairs, and now we're going to move on to the main event. This is the title card, the P-tier tournament that's happening right now as we speak.
Level Up Expo 2025. This is an absolute banger of a tournament that is preceding another banger of a tournament, that being Kaguribi, which should be a week from now or 2 weeks from now.
Something like that.
Something like that, but it's going to be coming soon. And we're having 2 just back-to-back huge hitters. So where should we even start with this?
I got a place I'd like to start.
Where you want to
I
start?
saw, okay, so Luminosity Gaming made this tweet.
What's
it was
up?
it was all of their Smash players, and it was we're going all in.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Some guy quote tweeted, "Yeah, all into losers."
No way, this is
Yeah.
I'm
That's
telling
real.
you, I saw it. It was Tweak, MK Leo, Sonics, and Mars, some of the best players of all time. And the guy was like, "Yeah, all into losers." I was like, "Oh my!"
Oh, and they're
God.
all like doing the arms cross pose, trying to
Yeah.
trying to aura farm, look all messy. Yeah, all to losers. That's hilarious.
That's definitely to take the cake for funniest Level Up Expo tweet. I don't see anything topping that.
This it's so simple, but like so effective in his messaging. But it turns out, I mean, at least one of these players ended up doing quite well.
Oh yeah,
Do you want to talk about the GOAT, our glorious king?
MK Leo.
And I'm not talking LeBron James, MK Leo himself.
That's right.
One may
MK
say
Leo.
the LeBron James of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Mhm. Could this be the return of Prime MKLeo, please? Because we had one
Trust.
time where there was this one tournament where he started playing like his old Joker. We thought this was the return of the king. I forget which one it was.
I
But
forget too.
but this might actually be the return of the king. Who did he is in losers. Who did he lose to? Do you remember?
He ended up losing to Onan, which is tough because Onan is Onan is an incredible player, and I believe they are in top 8 as well. Oh wow, actually wait, what? Oh, we'll get to Onan later in this MKLeo segment, but AJ, did you want to talk about the people that I beat in losers?
MK Leo, right?
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, it's he starts by beating Apollo Kage, and then
Just casual, like first thing in losers is beating Apollo Kage.
yeah,
Dude,
like
oh my God.
is he like second best Nick in the world,
Or one of the best. At one point, he was the best.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good win, but it's crazy. That's how
Yeah.
he starts his losers run.
Exactly. And then
Dude, I
after
know.
that,
Beats Skinny the Pooh, who
Elite Tag.
coming in with a lot of momentum on like a crazy losers run
Yeah.
right after beating Okola.
Yeah, just casually beats Akala in losers top 48. One of the biggest upsets in Smash Ultimate history, just casually.
And you know what's crazy? It's the second time he's done it.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember a long time ago at a major he beat knocked MKLeo out of the tournament in pools?
Yes. This was from a while ago, but Skinny the Pooh back in the day. I don't know how long ago this was, but he had a huge win over MK. He just has a way of getting these massive upsets. He winners top 128 of Rising Grind 2023, which was an A- tier tournament. He beat MK Leo, and he actually ends up losing to MK Leo here. MK Leo gets his run back with the
Oh, let's
3-0,
go.
but I mean that win over Akala, like, bro,
Yeah.
do you know how much of an upset factor that is? Do you want to guess?
I don't know because it's seed 1 versus seed 81. I don't know what this is.
It's an upset factor of 12.
12?
Yes, it's an upset factor of 12.
That's crazy.
Bro, it hit a dozen.
Dude.
You know how crazy that is? You know how highly upset factors scale up in terms of like the skill gap?
Yeah.
Like once you get from like 6 to 7, that becomes huge. And then you go to like to 8 to 9, and then now you're in double digits and you're at 12. I mean, literally the 81st seed.
Keep in mind,
Beats
dude, that the
number
crazy upset we just talked about a minute ago, that was like +6. That was already like insane.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we're looking at +12. And you know what's funny? I keep seeing these tweets too, where it's like fictional characters doing telepathy or something, and it's like MK Leo transferring his Mario problem to a cola.
I saw the one with the Luffy picture with his hand on someone else's back.
That was funny. And then MK Leo, he goes on to play one of his all-time great rivals,
Oh,
Yeah, close set against Gluttony in game 5.
Gluto, and he gets to win. And I mean that's huge because Gluto's also been on a tear as well. I mean upset factor of 3 right there. Then he beats
yeah.
Louis Money, and then to make it into top 8, he beats 3 O's, number 6 in the world, Raru the Luigi.
wait, who is that?
Raru the Luigi, number 6
Raru.
in the world.
Raro.
And you know what? Losers top 8, which is happening like in a few minutes from now, he has to play the person that sent him into losers bracket.
The run back.
None other than Anand.
I'm excited for that.
Are
It's
we
gonna
look-
be.
Are we looking at revenge?
I think we're looking at revenge.
Who
If we're not
knows?
looking at revenge, I really hope so because it would be so gratifying to see Prime MK Leo destroy a Steve.
Exactly. And you know, sorry, I interrupted you earlier. You said, what would this set be like?
Absolute cinema. Cinema.
I'm glad you joined that. The YouTube viewers will be able to see that.
Yeah,
Shout out to
oh
all the
my
YouTube
God.
viewers.
Us three goofballs doing the absolute cinema thing.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, bro, look at this winter semifinals as well. I could really talk about this tournament for hours on end because this is so crazy. Bro, Key or Ash?
Yeah.
The Wi-Fi warrior that got, cussed out by Wishes back in the day.
Wait, you're gonna have to tell me that story real quick.
Yeah, no, this is a big throwback story. Back in the quarantine days, Wishes, who, by the way, is like a New Jersey or like Philly player, I believe, or like tri-state. They're doing the online Moist Critical online tournament, the Moist
The Moist.
series or something like that. I forget, but Kirash ends up getting this big upset, and Wishes on stream had some not so nice things to say about him. And now Kirash is all the way here. He's been in a lot of controversy in terms of him being a very enigmatic personality, very controversial personality, but that sort of brashness and that confidence has led him to this point where he 3-0's Gluttony, 3-2 over Shiny Mark, and is in winter semifinals playing against Doramigi in what should be one of the sets of all time.
You have that, dude. It just took me a second to process Luigi Min. This is gonna be absolute
Garbage.
So glad I'm not. I'm so glad I'm not watching it right now.
Shout out to Doramigi though. Shout out to that BB tweet where he's like, "I've heard enough. Doramigi,
He's
best
the
in
best
the
player
world."
in the world. That was really funny.
Doramigi.
No, Onan just beat MK Leo 3-1.
No.
Not my
I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out.
Onan is MBS though, so shout out Onan begrudgingly. Onan is a home. Unfortunately, a very nice human being and a homie. So
I can't take his victory as a slight to his moral character.
Exactly, or their moral character.
My bad. Their moral character.
You're good. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, what, you're going to cancel me on our own podcast? Well, anyway, who do we have for Zamba and Light, though? That's one thing I'm curious about.
You want to talk about a classic matchup, bro?
These guys go way back. Oh, my lord.
This is such a crazy... I mean, look at their head-to-head, bro. It's 7-13 in Light's favor, but, I mean, you look at the past 4, it's 2-2 apiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zamba beat Light at an encore 2-0, and then got a win against him at the Luminosity Invitational 3-1. So, but obviously, Light has that Game 5 victory at Wavelength, as well as the 3-1 victory at CT GamerCon. So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, at this rate, it could really go either way. Just flip a coin.
Yeah. Who do you guys want to win, though? I'm personally with... Zamba's a really cool guy, but I'm personally with Light. I think Fox is going to be definitely the sicker...
Give me the TCNJ supporter,
Well...
Give me...
Oh, that's
someone,
right. He's coming to King. I can't root for Light.
Give me someone who's been down with the Mercer County community since day one, since there's been a pop bonus involved. Give me Zombiezi.
I just like the big funny robot.
Yeah, that's true as well.
I want to see Zamba win.
Dude, that's
But
so
we can't
valid.
all agree. We can't all root for Zamba. We have to have some contrarian opinion where someone.
I'm
has to
rooting
root
for
Light.
James Scott.
True, but then I'm gonna root for James Scott too, and then he's gonna root for James Scott, and now
the
we're
same
all rooting for
problem
James Scott.
again.
Oh my God, can we just find something to disagree on? EO.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for EO. I'm not
Okay,
rooting for EO.
all right, we can agree. EO, I think EO can still take this. He just has to beat Zamba.
Yeah, give me Zamba.
I'm putting a parlay on this.
Nice.
Nah, I'm just
And right
kidding.
now, Kirash and Dormigi are playing. Who you got there?
Oh.
Not the crowd. The crowd's not winning for sure.
I know that Kirash apologizes to no one, so I'm gonna root for that guy.
True. Legendary clip.
If this were live,
So much
I would
audacity
say...
to say that. That was a hilarious clip.
Wait, what'd you say?
There was a grudge match between him and someone else, and he was getting interviewed on Hungrybox's stream, and he did the I think it's the Conor McGregor where he's like, I would like to apologize to absolutely nobody.
That is generational.
It's
Oh
one of
my
the
God.
funniest. It's one of the funniest clips I've
It was
seen.
against Chunky Kong.
Yeah,
The first to 5.
dude, hilarious beef.
What was the beef about?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Smash Brothers be
that was a
beefing
while
over
ago.
anything, bro.
He's been beefing about the most random stuff.
Mhm.
Like, actually. Like,
They'll beef about matchup charts.
oh my God.
I posted my Palo matchup chart a year and a half ago. It's 3 different random Kirby players who I've never heard of before in my life and don't follow me. It came after me. It was like, no, Kirby Palo's even. And I'm like, okay, cool, sure.
Don't you have to leave for work soon? Oh wait,
Exactly.
that's actually so funny. Why would people beef over that? That seems like absolutely insane. Like putting the time and energy into flaming someone over a matchup chart.
I don't
It's
know.
like insulting your moral character over like where you put Kirby in the Palutena chart. Like
Yeah.
what's gonna happen to you if
Probably beats Kirby +2. Even though they try saying that it's even.
I gotta prove this guy wrong. Oh, I'm tweaking.
Exactly.
Also, quick tangent. What do we think of Spargo beating Shiny Mark? I kind of don't know how to feel about that.
I mean, what?
The two coin box rivals
That's
going at
actually
it
true,
offline.
yeah.
I mean, it could have went either way.
Now, Spargo low-key been going through the coin box bracket. He had to play Sonics beforehand.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi Warrior, but in real life.
And I used to play the loser of Light and Zamba. So that should be interesting.
That's actually going to be a really good set no matter who it is.
Low-key, I kind of see Spargo winning this. Is that crazy?
So- No, that's not crazy. I mean, he has been like stepping back a little bit, focusing more on rivals too, but
Yeah.
he can make the comeback. Didn't he? Was he at Battle of BC? Do you remember?
No idea.
I think he might have been, but he didn't do good at that. I think he might have lost to like Glutos Link at that. But
Ain't no way. Not my goal, bro. Battle of BC, you said?
Battle of BC.
Bro, we got
alright.
second.
You did?
You kidding me?
Wait, I thought it was Ouch Gluto.
He lost to Glue though, but he beat him in the first grand final set and then lost in true finals. But he beat Syrup and Akala and Chuton.
Well, shout out to misinformation.
We had to sneak in our weekly misinformation onto the pod
It has to happen at least once. We
at
can,
the buzzer. You
It's
know,
mandatory at this point.
Of course.
1 second left on the shot clock. Bang.
Absolutely.
Nothing but net.
Well, listen, we got 4 minutes left in the segment, and what I want to know is this is going to be a big deal, especially right before Kagaribi. So what I'm thinking is this will be a big deal at the moment, but once we get to Kagaribi, that might just like trivialize this completely.
Yeah.
But I still want to know, what are your guys' thoughts on how this is going to affect the worldwide rankings?
How will this affect LeBron's legacy? Okay, so
What does this have to do with LeBron James' legacy?
This is a P tier, right?
This is
Yeah.
B tier.
It's still gonna have a lot of weight.
oh for
Yeah.
sure.
For sure.
I
for
mean,
sure.
Regardless of how well or poorly you do at Kagaribi, you're still kind of goaded for making top 8. So like Shiny Mark, MKLeo, they went on amazing runs and got some amazing wins. So like you really can't knock anything against them.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're seeing Anand make a huge run and Spargo really showing how he can bounce back. You know what I mean? I think
yeah.
that's going to be huge for the rankings.
Absolutely.
But everything's kind of thrown in for a loop because Mia and Akala got 33rd both.
That's
We didn't
what I'm
even mention Mia lost to Omega, the Joker player, who almost made it to Summit, the last Summit 2 years ago, and then also lost to Mars.
Oh, yeah.
This time it's Mars giving the other person the 33rd graphic. If you know, you know.
Oh, if you know. That's crazy about Mars, too. He's just like, he's so volatile.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I was really hoping for him to pop out, but it's okay. By the way, how did Tweak do?
Tweak, oh man, was he at the tournament?
I think so.
I feel like I should know about this, but
He was in the tweet. Hold on. Let's pull up the records.
yeah, Tweak. I mean, he ends up getting 33rd as well. I mean, this is
What?
crazy. Yeah, he lost to Capitan C though, and then lost to Cola
What is going
as
on?
well. Some crazy upsets. He had to, yeah, Capitan C though, who is just like always been one of the most like hidden boss kind of players.
Oh, yeah. Just like Skinny the Pooh.
Exactly, and yeah, I mean, look at the people that are out at 33rd. Akala, Mia, Tweak, Zachary, Apollo Kage, Chase, Beastly. I mean, like, this is insane.
2 years ago, this would have been like a major top 8.
2 weeks ago, this
2
would have
weeks
been
ago.
this would have been a major top 8. Are you kidding me?
That's very true. And you know what else is interesting, though?
What's up?
In the top 8, we do have Rob, but we only have one Steve.
Mm,
Which is crazy. Even 2 weeks ago, too, that would have
Interesting.
been, like, crazy.
that would have been crazy. I mean, were there really any Steve players out here other than Syrup and Anand?
At Akala,
Yeah, that's true.
low-key, like, almost the best player in the world.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
He got nothing on Quandale Dougallingleton.
That's true. Yeah, I just walk around in fear that Quandale Dinglingleton is gonna pull into an F troop and win.
The devil shivers when a nice guy loses his temper.
Devil shivers when Quandale Dinglingleton sits down at the setup.
Exactly.
But I do think this is nice because like there's been a lot of like doom and gloom about how the ultimate meta is dead. But I mean, come on, look at this. Pikachu, Cloud, which is that's not much better, but Cloud, Light.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be awesome. And to sort of wrap this up, who do you guys have winning the whole thing?
The more you talk to me about Zamba, the more I kind of want him to win because I remember it was like legendary when he won Genesis. I kind of want to see that again.
What about you, AJ?
I want Zama to win, but I feel like Light can take it in this top 8.
I would go Spargo, but I just realized Smash Tour would be absolutely hilarious if Dormigi won. Give me Dormigi.
Oh, wait.
That would be so funny.
I might have to agree with you there.
There's so much chaos that would
Might be the most
happen
chaotic
from
game.
that. Yeah, I kind of want to see that too.
Actually, not Kirash. Nah, don't do
Oh,
that
that would be
more.
even
Can
better.
we please have Doramigi Kirash Grand Finals?
Bro, because if he has to play Light in Winners Finals, I mean, that's a free matchup.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, picture this scenario.
What's up?
In the
what's up?
last 30 seconds. Okay, Doramigi and Kirash Grand Finals, last stock, and we think it's gonna go to last hit, but then Kirash gets a 0 to death. Dude, with that, we can only dream.
Families will be fed.
And with that, on that hilarious note, hopefully, which
Woo.
might happen, that's going to be this episode of the Weekly Smash Rap. Thank you again to Epoqua for coming on. You were a
Yeah.
great interview guest. And we will see you all next week. Open your mind.